Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of FPI, free practice impression of the 2018 Australian Grand Prix. I'm Beatrice from MotorLAT and today we're finally going to have a look at what happened during FP1 and FP2 in Melbourne. Actually, after a very tough fortnight at Barcelona winter testing due to the weather mainly, we are ready to go racing again, and the contention is looking already very exciting since Lewis Hamilton managed to make a statement, but he's kept very good company by Red Bull and Ferrari up front. Obviously, Red Bull managed to be in P2 with Max Verstappen. Actually, the Dutch driver reduced the gap down to 1/10, which is looking very promising, looking at what Sunday might look like, or Saturday. And rain is forecast, so that might mix things up in order to provide the fans with a great and exciting spectacle. So the contention this year is going to be, at the moment, a three-way fight. We were expecting a fourth team, but at the moment it does not look like anyone in the midfield is ready to step up again, and Haas is going to be the outsider of the season since the package they bring into the grid is very competitive and it's pretty much identical to last year's Ferrari, and hence the expectations of the team to be this close, and actually their target was to be half a second down the official team, which might be a very realistic target, but not at the moment. However, the midfield battle is going to be very exciting and tight, since McLaren, although they had major overheating and exhaust problems, McLaren has already a good basis to work on. They have built a good foundation aerodynamic-wise, as always, and the feedback on corner exits, the way the car behaves during the whole duration of a flying lap is already good and promising. So what I'm expecting is to see McLaren constantly in the top 10 and fighting for the Q3 and actually being there on a stable basis. Renault is close as well. Obviously, they are providing a reliable engine which has already some work to do, even though they have made a few steps forward. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, especially with the reliability Ferrari is displaying, and Mercedes, which is going to provide speed and reliability this year as well. The power unit has done an insane amount of laps during winter testing, so Renault will have it much harder to overcome these two teams, which are giants on the power unit matter. However, we're going to see a very good midfield battle and the fans are going to love it, obviously. Also, a positive note is Toro Rosso Honda. This newly born partnership is already working very well. They started on the right foot, and reliability is what is impressing us the most so far. Actually, they have completed a very good amount of mileage during testing, which was a bit unexpected. At least we were a bit skeptical concerning their reliability and their form, actually, after 3 disastrous years. However, James Key has confirmed the great cooperation which is going on with the Japanese manufacturer, and also the drivers appear to be very happy with the package so far. Although they used 3 different power units during the first week of testing, they actually confirmed the car is reliable, and they just need to work on raw speed and horsepower, which has always been a very weak point of Honda. However, it's going to be very positive for this team, and hopefully they will be very close to the top 10 until the end of the season. Force India might have taken 1 or 2 steps backwards, as we could see, just like Williams. Now it's going to be very tough with such a strong Haas and a much closer McLaren, which has recovered by 1 second from last year. So obviously Force India, although it has a very powerful engine, which is obviously Mercedes signed, they might have some trouble with the aerodynamic package and with the setup. So I'm expecting to see them fighting for the 6th or probably the 7th place in the constructors, and not for the 4th, which has been theirs for 2 years straight. Obviously, during the weekend, we're going to see many more developed fights. We're going to have a clearer picture of what the season and what the whole race is going to look like. But obviously there are some positives which are already emerging, and the race pace simulations are looking very close among the top teams. Actually, Red Bull has the best average, Mercedes has the second best average, and Ferrari is a little bit detached, but not so much. Actually, they have 1/10 and a half gaps, which is very good for the excitement and for obviously the battles we're going to see. One thing that turned me off massively was the sight of the halo, how the halo looks like on the onboard cameras. Actually, from the point of view of the camera behind the helmet of the driver, it's going to look pretty much pointless to see. Actually, the purpose of onboard cameras are to record battles and duels from a very good perspective, but this is not going to happen since the halo is blocking the vision completely. So the FIA and the FOM have to work closely to actually sort this issue out, since we actually deserve very good perspectives to enjoy the race and get a better understanding of what is going on the track. And obviously Mercedes is at the top, and it's actually going to enjoy the fight between Red Bull and Ferrari, which actually was reflected during the team principal press conference, where things turned volatile between Maurizio Rivabene and Christian Horner. Actually, the trigger of this fight was Laurent Mekies' switch to Ferrari. Obviously, he's an FIA employee, and this is not going to look like the Marcin Bukowski issue, since Mekies is provided with less sensible details and information. But obviously, this is going to affect Ferrari's performance in the future, and Red Bull accused them to have violated the gentleman's agreement, which is a bit informal. So actually, Ferrari defended themselves by stating that they respected the rules, the law of the Swiss government, which is where Laurent Mekies is from, and obviously the gardening leave procedures, which are established by the FIA. So obviously this is going to be a massive issue, mediatic, and obviously team issue, which is going to characterize the season, at least for the first half. So we're going to have a look at that as well in the future. And this is it. Let me know what you think about the halo, about the whole onboard camera issue, and obviously about your predictions. I'm not going to make a prediction video, but I'm waiting for you on Monday for the top 5 all moments. So guys, let me know what you think, and I'll see you very soon, and have a good race.